Hi everyone, Dennis Foley from AcousticFields. The topic of this video is the room sees everything. We have to realize that getting good sound quality in a room is about doing a lot of little things correctly, but more importantly, doing them in the correct sequence or order, because each step builds on the step before it. So we have the dimensions, the axial, tangential, and oblique modes are entirely determined by the dimensions of our room. So I know when I look at it, the dimensions on a room form, I know from looking at thousands of these rooms where your problems are going to be at. I know which wall the axial is on, tangential and oblique modes. I know how big they are. I know what frequency they are. So when we know the location, then we can use the right treatment types to solve them. Wall reflections, real common thing, reverberation, especially in larger rooms. So the room sees everything. It sees the pressure from modal, unwanted modal pressure. It sees the reflections from the walls. It also sees object reflections, gear, equipment, consoles, DAWs, all of that. You don't think your DAW has an impact on your mix? Put a piece of foam across the console and listen. You'll understand the power of a reflection, okay? We have that direct versus reflected balance. Remember, we have our speakers and our listening position, and then we have all those reflections from the wall. And the goal is to get everything as balanced as we can in that. So we hear more of the direct and less of the room. We still want to hear some of the room, but less, okay? Setup mistakes. See this all the time. Speakers too close to the walls, speakers in corners, speakers everywhere. Poor speaker. These home theater speakers, if I was the speaker, I'd be like, oh no, don't put me there. Don't put me in the corner. Don't put me in the wall. Come on, leave me alone. Let me do what I was designed to do. Emit sound into free space without boundary surface issues, okay? Treatment. Type, amount, position. See this all the time. Wrong type, not enough of it, and in the wrong place. Well, the room sees that. It's going to react accordingly. You know, whatever treatment you put in there, that treatment type, if it's working as it's supposed to, which most of it doesn't, only about 10 or 15% of the nonsense on the internet works as it's subscribed to be. I don't ever understand that, but that's the way it goes. Alcoves, closets, they're resonating chambers. Take the dimensions of the alcove or the closet. You'll be able to calculate what frequency that speaker will generate energy into. Don't need that. We already have a room that's generating problems. We don't need another room inside that one generating problems. Glass sound. Remember, sound takes on the characteristics of the surfaces that it strikes. If you don't believe that, build a room out of glass and listen. And build a room out of wood and listen. If you can't hear that difference, I think you need to try something else, okay? You're in the wrong business. The bottom line here is sound takes on the characteristics of the surface areas that it strikes. So make sure you're using the right materials. Wall density is really critical. Sometimes you'll have a wall that's a 2x4 frame and then you'll have concrete on the other side. Well, that creates phase issues for pressure especially, because we have pressure and reflections. Reflections are reverberation, pressure are modes, okay? So we have to balance that. We don't want any phase issues. The goal in acoustics is to do no harm, right? Noise error. All room input into a room is air. Noise is air. Reflections are air. Modal pressures are air. Setup is air. Material types are air. Treatment types are air. Everything we do in this room is air. So we're trying to minimize the airs that the room itself is giving us. The room is one big air. The best room is no room at all. So you don't have the boundary surfaces, the pressure buildup, the reflections to manage, okay? So noise is definitely an air. Number of seats in a theater, here's a big problem. How do we get good sound in 5, 6, 7 seats? You don't. There's going to be a seat or two that's going to have the best sound, and the rest are going to be a compromise. Now, you have to decide, can I live with that compromise? But when you set up the strategy of the theater, you'll take all of that into consideration. You know that chair will be tuned in nicely. That one, not so much. That one, not so much. And the ones behind, not so much either. So the room does see everything. That's why we have to be very, very critical. When we build new rooms, we have a checklist now. It's over 200 different items that over all of these 40 plus years, we've learned have to be done correctly. Why? Because they weren't done correctly and we heard them. That's the whole goal. The room sees everything. It should probably be the room hears everything. I hope all of this helps. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, so please do that because we offer special price discounts to only those on our newsletter. And then don't forget about our forum. We have started a forum on our own website where people ask questions, and I usually get a chance every couple of days to look at it. There's an interchange between people on the forum, and we'll give you real answers on a regular basis, so that'll help you. Thank you.